Have you ever wondered how a single man could alter the course of European history so drastically as Napoleon Bonaparte did? This tale of power and transformation begins on the island of Corsica, where a young Napoleon was born, far from the epicenter of French power. His early education in France laid the foundation for his military prowess and strategic mind. Napoleon's military career was nothing short of formidable. He swiftly rose through the ranks, demonstrating an uncanny ability to command and inspire his troops. His victories echoed throughout France, amplifying his reputation as a military genius. But it was his political finesse and unquenchable ambition that propelled him to the apex of power. Following the tumultuous period of the French Revolution, Napoleon leveraged his popularity and seized control, becoming the French consul. With the stage set, Napoleon was ready to reshape Europe in his image. From 1803 to 1815, Europe would be embroiled in what we now call the Napoleonic Wars. This was a time of seismic shifts, grand strategies, and sweeping battles that would forever alter the course of history. The first significant conflict of the Napoleonic Wars was the War of the Third Coalition. The coalition, formed by the United Kingdom, the Austrian Empire, and the Russian Empire, aimed to curtail the growing power of Napoleon. However, Napoleon, with his keen mind for warfare, managed to secure a dramatic victory in the Battle of Austerlitz, effectively dissolving the coalition. But the tides of war are ever-changing. Napoleon's victories in the War of the Fourth Coalition were soon followed by a devastating defeat in the Peninsular War. This grueling six-year conflict saw the French forces under Napoleon's command pitted against an alliance of Spain, Portugal, and the United Kingdom. The war significantly weakened Napoleon's grasp over Europe and marked the beginning of his decline. Then came the pivotal year of 1812, Napoleon's ill-fated invasion of Russia. Despite initial success, the brutal Russian winter and scorched earth tactics employed by the Russian forces led to a disastrous retreat, further weakening Napoleon's hold over his empire. Finally, we arrive at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Napoleon, having returned from exile, faced off against an alliance of British, Dutch, and Prussian forces. Despite his tactical brilliance, Napoleon was defeated, marking the end of his rule as Emperor of the French. These wars left a profound impact on Europe. Great Britain emerged as a dominant global power, while the map of Europe was redrawn, with many nations' boundaries altered. The wars also ushered in a wave of nationalism that would shape the continent for centuries to come. The toll of these wars was immense, but Napoleon's legacy was far from over. His influence permeated the military, political, and cultural fabric of Europe, shaping it into what we recognize today. The story of Napoleon is a tale of ambition, power, and the indomitable spirit of man. The fall of Napoleon was as dramatic as his rise. From the heights of power, he was relegated to a life of exile not once but twice. Following his defeat in 1814, Napoleon was sent to Elba, a small island off the coast of Italy. But the fire in his belly was not so easily extinguished. He managed to escape Elba and return to France, marking the beginning of the period known as the 100 Days. Yet, his return to power was short-lived. At the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, Napoleon met his final defeat at the hands of the Seventh Coalition, led by the Duke of Wellington. This marked the end of his reign and he was exiled once again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he lived out the rest of his days. But the story doesn't end with Napoleon's death. The Napoleonic Wars left a lasting imprint on Europe and indeed, the world. In their wake, the political map of Europe was redrawn. Many of the borders we recognize today were shaped during this period. This reshuffling of territories also sparked a sense of nationalism among the people, as they rallied around their newly defined nations. Moreover, Napoleon's military strategies and organizational structures revolutionized warfare. His use of the corps system, where large armies were divided into self-contained units, each capable of independent operation, is still a fundamental concept in military tactics today. His civil code, often referred to as the Napoleonic Code, was another of his enduring legacies. It served as a model for legal systems in many parts of the world, embodying principles of equality before the law and the secular nature of the state. Napoleon may have been defeated, but his influence echoes through history, a testament to the power of ambition and the indomitable human spirit.